Okay, welcome back to Dwarf Fortress with Teemo. We're on to episode 6 of Cageboot. So, again, as I start every episode, we're going to start with a little walk around the fortress to just get reacquainted with where we are and what's going on. Up at the top, we've got what used to be our duck pasture. We gotta find some other animals to put here because the last episode, the ducks were massacred. We still don't know the culprit, but the ducks were massacred. We still got a barracks up top, which is where we've got our marks dwarves. We might get some training up there. We'll see if I get some archery targets. We built our fishery, or not, I guess not our fishery, but where we're gonna fish with the dwarves. What we did is a little fishing zone. We made it so you only can fish here, and we've got it enclosed in a little house. So if any bad guys show up, our fisher dwarves can continue fishing without harassment. What I might actually do is enclose my bees as well. I was actually considering if bees could be stored underground. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually digging out a room in my fortress and putting some beehives in there because I've never actually tried to do that. But if I can just keep the bees inside, then I don't have to worry about protection issues. So I'm actually going to see if I can build this inside. If I can't, if they need to be outside among the flowers, then I'm going to probably enclose it the same way I did the fisher dwarves. Oh man, there are just so many bolts up here. We've got our up top guard post with dogs in it to watch the entranceway. We've got our bridge here that can seal up and stop people from entering. When that happens, the traps become the way into the fort. They would have to get through our traps and get through our double barracks and finally make their way back into our fort, back up these stairs. So it's pretty tough to get in the fort once I close that. Of course, that does mean that I have to pay attention to the messages over here, because if I miss an invasion and I do not close this drawbridge, the enemies will just come running right in here across this bridge, bypassing the barracks completely and run down and kill all my dwarves. So that is something you got to watch for, because I have to do that. Here's the guild hall. 1 or 2 episodes ago, we just barely missed the cutoff for doing that before I promised, but it is up to a guild hall setting at this point. Working on the next level. We've got, this is our main workshop level, so we got the jeweler. We've built a leather worker now. We've got a few stone workers. I'm probably going to add some carpenters to increase that rate. We've got an ashery now because we're trying to make some soap. Got a lot of industry for making armor and weapons. We've got quite a lot of copper armor built. We queued up about 30 of each piece because we do have 30 dwarves in our military, and so we're hoping that they'll eventually get around to coming and grabbing their armor. And we're working on making some masterwork copper battle axes. See how we doing on? Got lots of bars still. Got an okay amount of logs, and still pretty much using the charcoal about as fast as we're making it. So we don't have a charcoal stack here. We pretty much just burn through it as we get it. Still lots of stone blocks now, so that's good to see. Going down, we've got our kitchen, our still. We've got a screw press to deal with those beehives. We've got our butcher, our tannery. Now we've got a fishery, so we're actually getting that fish food. We no longer have the eggs, so now we've got an alternate source of food with the fish, so we can keep those lavish meals. I believe it was last time we made the hospital. You see we got a lot of dwarves in the hospital now, kind of catching up on some injuries because these dwarves have been just walking around with it, and now we actually have a hospital to take care of it. So we're doing there. I showed how to use water mechanics to get water right below the hospital, so we have a well here with fresh water. One thing that you've got to watch out for is you actually want this to be always connected to the river. So you might see videos with people that release some water and then close it back up. So if I were to close this bridge and stop water from coming in here, it wouldn't actually change the 7-7 level, but what it would do is this water, since it's not attached to a river source, would become stagnant and therefore kind of become like diseased water. So we actually want to keep the water connected to a river source like this, even though the water's not moving, it's gonna stay as fresh water that way. So I guess the game kind of pretends that the water is somehow swapping out enough to keep it fresh. On this level here, where the water is flowing in, is also where I have a bunch of bedrooms. I'll finish up these and get another 20 beds added. That'll put me up to 100 beds, I believe, right? So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yes, we'll get up to 100. We have a Papa 91, so we need that. We'll probably continue building some more. I'm going to get to 200 bedrooms eventually, but we'll probably never need to do that. One thing I didn't do, because I usually keep up with bedrooms all right, but it would make sense for you to do if you're new to the game, is the first thing that you can build is actually just clear out a big room, put like maybe 10 or 20 beds in it, and make the whole thing a dormitory. What this will do is it'll give a place for new dwarves who are coming to your fortress to stay until you build housing for them. If you can keep up with the housing pretty well, then it's not an issue, but sometimes it is tough keeping up with the housing, especially if you get a really big wave. So that's just some advice. I used to do that until I just played enough forts. I don't have to do that. So this is where I've been mining a lot. I might try some of this. It was asked of me. I might demo some of the auto digging exploration. I'll just have to remember to turn that off whenever I'm making the bedrooms, because I don't want to screw up my bedrooms. But I might demo that a little bit tonight to show you how that works. And finally, on this floor, I think this is the last floor. No, I got 2 more floors. On this floor, I've got my temples. Oh, I don't know that did I designate the 2 more temples? Yeah, so I got 1 temple here is to any deity at all, so it just kind of helps with the catch-all. And then I got my 3 largest worshiper groups set up here. It looks like I've already smoothed it all. And did I finish the engravings on this level? No. So when my engravers get done here, I'm probably going to start engraving the temples down here to make them happy. Yeah, I'll probably start with the temples and do the dining hall afterwards. My coffins, got a lot of coffins full of dwarves. I'm going to have to continue doing that, and actually I'll go ahead and dig some of that right now. So I'll leave it here because I want it to be a specific shape. So that's where we are with the fortress. So we'll just go ahead and unpause this and let it continue. Another thing that I saw on the forums that might explain some of what we're going here is it looks like there was a change to how animals reacted to both fishing and cutting down trees, and then just how they acted in general. So I guess these agitated animals is something that is happening a lot more frequently now with this release. So they get agitated by you cutting trees. They get agitated by you fishing. Somehow that agitates birds. I don't know. And so they show up and start fighting you. In addition to that, when you clear out some animals, oftentimes they immediately just spawn another group. So as soon as like right now I've got this marmot and a yeti. It's been a while since I've seen a yeti, and I didn't think I would find one here. Let's go ahead and kill this yeti. So I'm getting my troops ready, and I'm telling them to go kill this, but it's essentially going to do me no good, because as soon as I kill this marmot and the yeti, all that's going to happen is some new animals are going to show up right away, is what some people have been reporting. So actually, let's go ahead and see what happens here. So I'm going to, we've got just the yeti and the marmot. I'm going to unpause it. Can I keep it? No. So if I open this up, it immediately pauses. So I'm going to let this run until the marmot and the, no wait, kill, one of these is supposed to be going after the yeti. What's going on? Oh, I know what I did. I had this check mark still checked. And so both squads came after the other one. Alright, now it's the Yeti and the Marmot. Okay, so we're going to have this, unpause it. We're going to chase down this Yeti and this Marmot. As soon as both of these commands, we killed the Marmot, that's gone. As soon as this Yeti bites it, we're going to open up and see if we immediately get some new animals in here. We killed the Marmot, I can actually take a look right now. But yeah, so I killed that Marmot, immediately some more Marmots showed up. See what happens as soon as I kill this Yeti. Alright, so Yeti's killed. I don't have anything yet, but let's go check out these Marmots. Alright, we'll get these guys. They were up here near here anyways because they were killing the Yeti. Yeah, we got 4 Marmots. Confirm, we'll kill those. Let's see, unpause it. Let's check again. Alright, so we got these 4 Marmots. Let's see what happens if we kill. We're going to kill these 4 Marmots and immediately, maybe, we'll see if it just immediately spawns something else. These Marmots are going after this guy. I don't think he's going to make it. No. I think those Marmots got him. He's getting it. No, he is dead. The Marmots win. Alright, Marmots. Let's see how you like my Dwarven military. You got that animal caretaker killed by 4 animals. It's not a good job interview right there. Alright, here comes my military. They're going to show you what you do. So you saw, that was actually a pretty good example of the difference between military training and not military training. And gear and that kind of stuff. So we had this guy sitting here. What's he got? He's got some gloves, some some shoes, nothing. So he's got no gear at all. He's got no training. 4 Marmots just tear around him and kill him. It takes him a little while, but 4 Marmots kill him. I got one guy shows up with some gear and some training, and he just tears through those Marmots in seconds. He killed those 4 Marmots probably 10 to 15 times faster than the 4 Marmots killed this one guy. So that's the importance of getting your military equipped and trained. And it's an even bigger, even starker difference if you're fighting something a little bit deadlier than a Marmot. Oh, and let's see if animals immediately showed back up. So again, yeah, we got two more Marmots showed up on the other end of the map. So yeah, I can pretty much fight these things forever. So it looks like it is accurate that animals keep just showing up, and they're constantly agitated, which means they're constantly going to be picking fights. So what do I want to do with that information? I don't know. I don't know if I care. What it's basically going to do, and I joked about this on the forums with Steam, is that it's essentially turning my fortress into a bunch of battle-hardened combat warriors, and so it's not that bad that I have to constantly fight. Even if, let's do closest on this one. Even if I lose a few people, it's not that big a deal. So I think I'm just going to keep playing the game and not worry about it too much. There are some people that said they want to stop playing and wait for some changes, but we're going to go ahead and just power through it. Hope you all don't mind. I don't think you will. Alright. We're going to have to make the tombs one at a time still. I saw there was a change today, but I read through the notes and I didn't see anything about a change to the way that tombs were built. So I don't think we have a change yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just designate these one at a time again. Unfortunately, this is just the best way to make it work. If I were to try to do a multi-select, it's only going to work because if it's looking for rooms that have a door and a coffin in it. So essentially it'll turn it into one big room covering all of them that'll have just a whole bunch of coffins in one tomb. And that's just not what I want. So we'll designate it one at a time, unfortunately. almost done with this batch. We need to keep building it because we just keep losing dwarves. Alright, well, let's pause it. Bower found dead. Alright, we're getting a lot of... So you see all these arrows. Let's go ahead and change that work order. So what's happening right now is we got a standard order for sieges, and it's forbidden the claiming of let's see, forbid used ammunition. I want to claim used ammunition. So let's go ahead and do that, and that will do this. So the reason it's doing that is because we just had that set where it just automatically forbid it. The reason it does that, let me see if there's a better option that during a siege I don't have to do that, is so that your non-combat people don't come out here and start trying to pick up. We'll just forbid used ammunition during sieges. That's what I want to do. So it's only during sieges that we're going to forbid it. So that's the setting I want. So if you forbid it all the time, which is what it was on, it means that at no time, if you shoot bolts, will your civilians come and grab those bolts and bring them back. Now, since it's only going to forbid during sieges, it means all this time that I'm just fighting wildlife, my civilians will go back and pick up all these bolts, which is what I want, I think. I don't know. I might lose more people now. Who knows? All I know is it's what I currently want. So let's see, is it my Boer squad that's dying? I think so. I just think these Marks dwarves are worthless. They're just dying a lot. I don't know if it's helpful to have them or not. I think it's just a free way to get people killed. Is where I'm sitting right now with them. But that's okay. Death is a part of... There we go! Vile Force of Darkness. So we finally had to wait till episode 6 to get our first invasion. So we got a Vile Force of Darkness has arrived. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to hit OK on this. Unfortunately, we have not a good system for keeping our civilians safe. So we are going to have to, before we do anything, I'm going to have to come over to this burrow, the safety burrow, and I'm going to have to repaint the burrow and look at what we have and make sure that it's got all the space we want. So I'm going to do that first. No, I don't want that. That's fine. That one spot's not going to matter. Alright. Yep, so we got some new stuff right here. We want to make sure that our dwarves can get to that. I think the hospital is new. Yep, so we're going to have to include the hospital. We've got a whole bunch of additional rooms. We want to include those. And I think we need to get the mine in. No, that's fine. Yep, we're going to have to get these new temples in here so they can still go worship if they want during the siege. And they can go visit their loved ones during the siege. Okay, so we're going to hit accept on that. Now we're going to have to assign dwarves. So here is the problem, is that I don't know if all of them have been named or not. So I think if I can I bring this up at the same time? Alright, so I think what I want to do, so I got Shorest, Lidcott, my Fall, so that's good. Thicket, yep. Geshud, yep. Atir, Golden Myth, Brahm. I'm looking for a Zuntir. Where is Zuntir? Zuntir Cove? Yeah, so you need to come off. Bemble. Was there a Bemble up here? Bemble-Lico? Bemble-Lico, you need to not be in here anymore. Cybrick. Cybrick Rigo. Really? My chief medical dwarf? He's in the... maybe. Sounds dangerous. Then the planter here. Okay. So there's one. Alright. So he's a Mark's dwarf. Probably want to just do all these dwarves and then come back and take off the ones. So this right here, what we're watching, is what's painful, is that I have to assign every single dwarf one at a time, because I don't have a, assign all civilians. There used to be a way to just tell all civilians to go to a burrow that you created. There's a system called alerts, and that is gone. So now we just have to assign it all and go back and find these people. Alright, so I need a Latast something. Oh my goodness. Latast. We got the Rith Taidlor, we got him. Latast. You know what? Is the burrow going to matter for military? You know what I'm going to do? Rather than finding these names, we're going to check if the military orders ignore burrow restrictions. I'm not positive. I'm going to select every single dwarf. Call that good. I'm going to turn this on so everyone is selected. I'm going to come up to the top here where my lever is. I'm going to pull the lever. There we go, pull the lever. And the other reason why I don't really care too much... Oh, and I also want to go to orders. Because I actually want to ready them. So view the monthly schedule. So no orders, but ready. Yeah, that's probably what I want, is to just put them on, put them all on ready. So they're all ready to go, but they don't have any orders, so I'm going to do that. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them some orders, and their orders are going to be, these guys are going to come here, these guys are going to come station here, and my Mark's dwarves are going to, they are going to come up here. And before I do that, what do I want to do? There we go. Assign a patrol order. Yeah. Click them up to add points. We're going to add a point here, 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 there. And this is going to be top of tower. There we go. That's what I want. So we're going to tell them to go patrol the top of tower. And we're actually going to go to their schedule and view the monthly schedule of this. And so this order right here, we're going to edit. So yeah, all these guys are going to patrol top of tower. Patrol top of tower, all of them patrol tower. So that's what we want. I think that's everything we need. Yes. So patrol, top of tower, and then we're gonna... So the other ones I'm gonna give them no orders. My archers, I'm gonna have them patrol around the top of my tower. So essentially, when a invasion comes in, like right now, I'm going to be able to hit ready on all three of these guys. And actually, I could do it this way if I want, so I can see all three. So I'm just going to come, and instead of the monthly orders like this, I'm going to just click through here now. And this will send my mark dwarves, no matter where they are, to go start patrolling the top of the tower. And then my other two guys will have no orders. And in fact, if I wanted to, I could go tell them to station where I just told it. But I want to just put them on no orders because each invasion might be different. But I'm probably going to want these guys to patrol the top of the tower no matter what. So that's where I'm going to leave them. And I'm going to see if they do that. Because if they do that, I'll know that they actually are ignoring the burrow designations. Because my burrow does not include this, as you can see, the top. And it also doesn't include most of the barracks. So again, I'll show you that. So it doesn't include the barracks. So, oh. Look at some other things here I missed. Alright. So if they all go to where I'm telling them, that means that they already don't ignore it. And this can be a little bit simpler because all we have to do is select all the dwarves. Alright, so I believe we told someone to pull the lever, right? Alright, pull the lever. We did go into here and we activated it. So all the dwarves should go in. Now, what happens is if this lever gets pulled before everyone gets here, it's not a problem because that just means my dwarves will still have to walk through here. And these cage traps will not trigger on dwarves. All right, now let's go out. You see up at the top left is siege. This will be here as long as the bad guys think that they can take me. I believe they were somewhere. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got goblin crossbowmen. So right now there's 4 showing. Let's see on the others. Yeah, just 4 crossbowmen invaders. It'll say invader here, so it's an actual army that's coming in. We're going to go ahead and unpause it and see if they start moving, if more goblins start showing up. Yeah, we're up to 5 goblins, 6 goblins. So a bunch of them are coming. We're going to follow these guys and see what happens. Alright, so we do have some guys up here. Oh, we actually got some goblin thieves, it looks like. They can't actually get up there, so they're just going to continue into my fortress. Let's see if we pulled the... Yep, so we pulled it in time. So you see the bridge is up. Alert, snatcher, protect the children. Okay. The bridge is up. The only route is in through here. And we've got a bunch of dwarves running through there because that was their only route. So they're fleeing before the goblin forces. And it looks like I don't have too many Marks dwarves up here. I got just the 1 Marks dwarf, so maybe some more will show up. They may have been not training. Oh, this guy didn't make it. Oh, he's the visitor. He's the prophet. Okay, so I'll go in here and show you what's going to happen. So these goblins come in here. The snatchers might get right by this, which is not a big deal. Let me see if my... Alright, so all these dwarves are here, which means the military dwarves are ignoring the burrows, which is good. So I guess I can just assign all the dwarves and then not worry about it. Alright, so as these goblins enter, so we got the first one coming in here, they're going to hit these traps, and the snatchers might ignore the traps. Sometimes those guys can dodge traps, but the other ones are just going to get caught by the cages. So we'll go ahead and show that. So he comes in here, and you can see here we now have a cage trap with a goblin in it. You can see at the top, and there's a little lock. So they're not going to come and get these goblins out of here until later. So more goblins are going to come and come in here in the cages. You can see them just coming and getting caught. So that's how you deal with invaders. There's still a siege going on. Some of these goblins might be in fights. Oh, I bet you the goblins got in a fight with these agitated deer. Yeah, so the deer are actually killing the goblin invaders. Nice job. So the siege is over. Alright, so the siege icon is gone. The prophet has been found dead. Since the siege is gone, we can go ahead and pull this lever again to kill that. We're going to come in. We're going to disable the burrow again. We're going to come into the military, select all of them, go to the schedule, and put them back on their monthly training. So that's that. We beat the siege. And we have 3 goblins trapped. I don't know why this one didn't get a full trap. It might be because of that bronze bolt that's sitting there. Maybe it did it, but we've got a few more goblins that are trapped. Now what should happen is, since the siege is over, they come and grab these traps and take them and put them in here. I'm going to go ahead and make an ammo stockpile because this is annoying. And I'm actually going to make the ammo stockpile just near here. All right, so let me I can let the time pass. All right. Oh. Is that turned on? No. Okay. All right. Let's see. Are they coming to grab them? Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, we got some deer killing dwarves. All right. These. All right, 2 agitated deer. Yeah, confirm. Go make short work of those. Dwarven child found dead. All right. Well, there we go. Our first force of vile darkness defeated. 3 caged and the rest killed by agitated giant deer. Pretty uneventful, but that's sometimes all it takes. Those deer are now dead. I don't know if my force got up there or if my civilians just happened to kill them in the middle. All right. So I'm thinking that the cage trap might just stay there. I don't know. But we have 3 caged goblins. So what I'm going to do is show what I like to do with caged goblins. And that is, I like to uncage them one at a time after I tell my dwarves to attack the goblin that's in the cage. And then I get a lot of training experience as I release them from the cage surrounded by a troop of dwarves. So that's going to be just free training that I use on those 3. And I'll show you how to do all those steps. You'll be able to do that even if you haven't figured out how to train very well. Griever has been found dead. Right, got some agitated giant sparrows. Of course we do. Alright. Alright, confirm that. Lots of death and dying. Down to 80 dwarves. It's part of the problem is they're coming out to get all the stuff that's out here, and there's a lot of agitated animals out here now. So they're all running into the animals and dying. So that's fun. I'm thinking what I might want to do, let me just let it run. What I might want to do is just avoid the top completely. The only thing I really need out here is the trees. And we can get trees with alternate methods. So what I can do, let me see how far down sand goes, because I've forgotten. Well, no, because I can just build it out here. So what I can do is build myself 1, 2, 3. Is this a sand level? It is. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to, from here, go ahead and build a tunnel out this way, tunnel out this way. There's some water there. Alright, so I'm going to create a large area right here. That's good. Another one right here. Make sure it's the whole area. There we go. And one more down. So, underground mushrooms require 3 places to grow. 3 high. So what I'm going to do is I'm digging these out, and actually I don't have to do the bottom 2. Let me change my method just a little bit here. So let me get rid of that one and get rid of this one. And I actually will change this. Why am I blind? Oh, I'm already on it, that's why. I'll change that to be stairs. So dig out some stairs right here to right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this out. After I dig it out, I'm going to channel it down. After I channel it down, I'm going to channel down the next layer as well. And so it'll be basically 3 high. And that's enough space for mushrooms to grow. After I've dug that out, I'll have basically this large room with a sandy floor. Then I'm going to dig down and breach a cavern. Once that happens, cavern moss will start growing all over my fortress to include this big room. And actually, I can make it even bigger than that. Once the cavern moss starts growing, eventually it will start doing all of the other cave plants, to include these giant mushrooms, which are pretty much like trees. So I'll just let it grow in this large room that I did, and I'll use that as my wood source, and then I don't have to go outside anymore. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Then what I'm going to have to do is, so this, I want to make this indoors. So how am I going to do that easily? So I've got the fortifications to there. I'm going to need to get to the top of this. But then I'm going to need to get back down afterwards. So I think what I want to do is, so I go, this is 1 high, and that's 2 high up, and it goes to right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build myself a wall. Construction, wall. And can I build it on top of this? I think no. I think this is going to give me a problem when I try to do this. Let's find out. You used to not be able to put walls on top of floors. I don't know if that has fixed, or if this is going to be perfectly okay now. It looks like it's perfectly okay. That's neat. So it used to be that for some reason you couldn't put a construction on top of a construction like that, but it appears to be perfectly happy with it. Because it was kind of like the wall took up the same place that the floor took up. It was a construction in that space, and so they would complain about doing that. But it seems like they stopped that. It doesn't make any logical sense that you can't do it, but at least to you and me. But in the logic of the game, it of course made sense. All right, we're gonna put some ramps there. So what I'm trying to do is just build a way to get up on top of my tower up here. Once I do that, and I'm on top of the tower, I can then build a floor on it. And if I've got a floor across the top of this, like at this level, then this will actually become all indoors and no one can get to it. I can still patrol around it. I got some diplomacy. But none of these birds and stuff will be able to get there anymore. Mayor, the humans. Okay. Alright, humans, what do I want from you? I don't want anything from you. I don't care. I don't care what you bring me. Do I care about the humans at all? I don't know. I don't know, humans. Do I have any goods to trade? I think I got some cut gems. I kind of want to save this for... I kind of want to save this for the dwarves. You know what? I am going to broker requested. I'm going to give you the same treatment I give the elves. That's what I'm going to do. Not that I specifically want to go to war with them, but I can give them the same treatment once and it won't spark a war. So that is what I'm going to do. And if you don't remember how I treat elves, this is how I treat elves. I open up the trade, I select all of their stuff, and I click Seize. I go to their trade, I mark it all, and I say, that is now mine. And they say, okay, there's nothing we can do about that, and they go away. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it just once to the humans, and that's it. So they'll go away and leave me alone. Alright. So we got a couple more walls. Now these walls should be at the same level once we get on top. But I need to actually... Oh, these guys aren't... Schedule. No. Oh, I have to actually cancel their order thing because I think I gave them that order. There we go. Stop patrolling. Go back to what you were doing. Oh, 78 dwarves. We had 90 something. We lost about 14 dwarves to these animals recently. Fun stuff. Now they're still going to come out here to pick up the bolts. You know what? I changed it. I'm immediately going to change it back. I'm just going to come back to the standard orders and just forbid used ammunition. We're just not going to pick up bolts anymore. If I don't pick up bolts, I don't have a reason to go get bolts. Alright. Now I don't know how well... Sometimes when you're trying to put... You see here I've got 2 spots. Sometimes it complains when I'm doing all the spots like this as ramps. Sometimes I can't... Like there's a place to put both of these ramps next to it, but I don't actually have a place. Once I put one of these ramps with somebody standing next to it, the other one you might have to. It might not work. One of these might get suspended. I'm going to find out. I haven't actually done this like this in a while, but it might be that I can only really place one ramp up here, and we will find out rather shortly. Oh, we were supposed to do this. Alright, so I'm going to build another quantum stockpile here for ammo. And get rid of all the bins. Done. And a stockpile. Oop. Stockpile there for ammo. No bins. We're going to create a track stop. Heading south, right there. We will use obsidian blocks. And then we're going to do a hauling route. Add a new route. It's going to be right there. It's going to use a mine. Whoa. It's going to use... I accidentally took route number 1's minecart. Alright. I can go like that and then come up to route number 1. Route number 1. Get this back. Hopefully they won't. Oh, stop 8 is full. Something's broken with stop 8. I gotta go fix that. It's at 100%. None of these should ever be at 100%. Alright. Ammo. Why can't I see ammo? Furniture siege ammo. There it is, up at the top. I'm just blind today. Alright, ammo. It will pick up from here. And it will get rid of all these. Done. Alright. So that'll clean that up a little bit. The first... Oh no, 8. I don't remember where 8 is. Let's see, 8 is picking up bars and blocks, other material. Other materials, coal. It's my coal is just full of charcoal and it's not being dumped. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a track stop and figure out, oh, you know what happened, I bet? I think I remember I went back and looked at this and I think I forgot to build the track stop at all right here. I'm going to do that and see if that just fixes the issue. Route number 8. All right, let's see if that works. So I think I remember I was letting my kids watch, and I think I watched as I forgot completely to build the track stop right there, which means we just had a minecart sitting there, but it would never dump. So now, at some point, they moved the minecart off of it, so we've got a minecart here just full of charcoal. And it should be coming back. Oh. Okay. So... this is the second one. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Alright, let me just get rid of both. Route 8 wants this. Oh. Add a stop to this route. Okay. This interface is looking weird. I don't know what I messed up. Okay, did that fix it? Possibly. Alright, I got a lot of charcoal here. Let's see if that... oh, that should help. So that's part of the problem, is that my charcoal was just getting all sorts of messed up. So that might fix a lot of stuff with my industries over here. I'll come back and check on that in a bit. Let me just give one more look at this. So I got bars, blocks, coal. I've got it coming from the bar block stockpile, and I've got no conditions. It's got the route. It's got I don't have a minecart. All right. So that should be good now. All right. And how's my ammo doing? So right here, we haven't started. Oh yeah, that's right, because I have this selected. This still holds ammo, so they're not burning anything over here. So custom, take ammo off. All right. Let's see, do we get... Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about, where one of these got canceled. As you can see, I've got a upward slope here, but this one didn't build. But that's fine, because we still got to the top here. Now, is this at the right level? Yeah, so this, I believe, I can walk across the top of this open space. Block floor, open space. Okay, so I think I can build a large floor. Select material after placement. Can I just do that? Let's find out. Amount needed 400. That's gonna be fun. Andesite blocks, all. Cobalt blocks, all. Obsidian blocks, all. Just a whole bunch of andesite, I guess. So what I could do is just wait on stuff, but I think I'm just going to do that. We're still not done, huh? Alright, there we go. Well, that'll be fun. So they should start from here, and that should enclose all of this. I hope. We'll find out. Gonna claim the ammunition that's actually in here. Now, as I do this, this will actually kill my use of the pasture in here, unfortunately. Some migrants have arrived. Excellent. Welcome. This place has been wonderful. Hope you can stay and die with the rest of us. Alright, let's build some more doors and other stuff. Use closest. I'll finish some more rooms here. They'll be up to 100. And that should account for all of these dwarves plus some more. Furniture beds. So I know I can get my trees inside, as I talked about. What I don't remember is if I can get the ducks inside. They might be able to pasture on the little moss that spawns as well. I'm not positive if ducks are okay with that, or if they're going to die off and not have food. So, not that it matters, because I don't actually have any ducks anymore. But, theoretically, if I were to have ducks, or another bird at some point in the future, I might be able to do that. Alright, I'm going to start another batch as well, I think, up here. So I get up to 120. Because as I start bringing everybody inside, I'm not going to have the animal problems as much. I also might go ahead and just leave the entrance to my base, being you have to go through the traps and have to go through the barracks. So if any animals come into the base, they're just going to have to go meet the barracks. And then if I do that, I think I will run out of reasons for my dwarves to go outside. I don't think I'm going to restrict them to the burrows. I think what I'm going to do is just not give them any reason to go outside. I think that'll be a better way to handle the overall situation. Yeah. Snake. How's this going up here? Yep, so you can see the dwarves are starting to fill in the floor up here. And that'll just fill in that whole thing, and that'll enclose this, so I won't have any more animals bothering me there. I won't have animals bothering me there. Let's go ahead and see if we can make a beehive. Alright. Oh, man, this is not good. So at this level, it turned to stone right here. Okay, so what can we do? What can we do? So the problem is the floor needs to be some sort of non-stone for the moss to start growing. So what I'm going to probably have to do is just hijack a portion. But you know what I can do is I can just use this for other purposes. So I've already got it built. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and construct myself some beehives and see if I can put them up here. Alright, so hive, and we're going to do rock hives. So make 10 rock hives. It's going to be kind of a walk, but oh well. Actually, as we do this, we'll up the number too. Well, no, because I can bring those other 10 indoors. Well, yeah, we're gonna just, that'll make it up to 20. That'll be fine. Alright, so we still got the fishing going. I'm gonna bring the hives inside. The only thing I'm gonna have to do when I do this, if I close this, is I'm gonna have to open it should traders show up, because they'll be upset that they can't reach. But that's not a big deal. Let's see, I think I just got some dogs. Yep, they grew up. One anyways. Oh, I have a goose. A goose. And a duckling. A goose and a duckling. They might be able to live here for a little while. Let's go ahead and select this. Add. I think. What kind of goose? We got a gander. Oh, a goose and a gander. A duckling. We'll add those in here. Maybe I get some goose eggs. That'd be nice. I don't know, are goose eggs tasty? Who knows? Alright. Oh, we're also going to need a place to put bodies. Oh, you know what we can do? I can make this the body storage. That's what I can do. Nobody cares about this place. See? You know, there's a reason for everything. Not really. Alright, custom. Add all of this. Add all of this. There we go. And then, they're not going to move these once I kill this, but I am going to get rid of this one so that they stop coming over here. Select this and get rid of that. So this will all just stay there. They're not going to go and try to move that again. Alright. But I am going to have to start... What's still here? We still got cloth, leather, sheets, weapons. No, we don't want weapons. Go away. We got weapons downstairs. Okay, so we're gonna have to go breach the caverns, which means we got some exploratory mining to do, but this exploratory mining is gonna be down, going down, down, down. So I just kind of do this one level at a time. Also, the reason why I keep doing this triple like this as I go down is sometime, I don't remember if I talked about this or not. At some point, I might want to relocate much farther under the ground, and if I do that and I keep digging trenches down like this, three wide, then I can move a trade depot a lot deeper, and those big carts that come in can still make it all the way down underground, no matter how far down I go. So that's what I'm doing there. Alright, so they are going to continue. Once this sealing is done, that's pretty much what all these dwarves are doing, is trying to put this here. But once this is done, I'm going to close up. I'm going to pull that lever and leave it closed. And that'll be the end of me giving a reason for dwarves to come out here. Hopefully. But I will need to find access to more wood. And I need more coffins because I am constantly getting people killed. I'm going to still claim it's not my fault. Totally is. Alright, a lot more coffins. Oh, I should make... I don't know, they need another wood chopper right now because I don't have access to it, but I should make another wood chopper at some point. I don't remember if I said it this stream. If you're watching and you got any questions as it goes, feel free to send them my way. I try to respond to questions and comments as I get them. Also, if you just have any advice for me, feel free to give it. I, by no means, understand every aspect of the game, and the game changes fairly regularly. So, if you got any good advice you would like me to share, I will read it, and if it's good advice, I will actually share it with the rest of the community when I see it. Some of the things that I've talked about throughout these episodes have been from suggestions that I've seen or conversations I had with the comments. So thank you to everybody who has commented. Alright, got a bunch more there. Oh, you know what I should do? I should make this, since so many people are dying here, let's go ahead and make this a better place to come and visit. There we go. Yay for our loved ones. Peasant found dead. Of course, why not? Human criminal. Sounds great. Let him on in. Alright, did I finish this engraving? Yeah, there we go. We got some high quality. Ooh, let's actually get the rest of these rooms done too. Sometimes when you tell a lot of smoothing to go, it actually drops your FPS quite a lot. So you see I'm in the 20s right now. That'll get better as the smoothing gets done. But that's okay. I don't mind too much. It'll improve and then we'll go back. Also, a lot of people being found dead. Is there some sort of fight going right out here? Hold on. What do we got for bad guys? Others. Agitated marmots. Oh! No, it's cage prisoners. Okay. No, that one, they're far away. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why people are dying. Getting fights up here? No. I don't know what's going on. Cats. I want to check that again. Pet livestock. So cats are trouble. I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but cats always become a pet of someone, and once something has become a pet, you can't kill it anymore easily. So, cats, since they always become pets and rather quickly, if you allow them to breed and keep breeding, there's no way to have them stop from overrunning. But you can geld them. Maybe. There we go. Looks like the interface is tough. So, this cat is a male cat. I do not want it to breed when this kitten becomes of age. So I just tell that to geld. And you need a farmer's workshop, which I don't think I've built one of those yet. So I'm going to put the farmer's workshop, I don't know. We'll put it on this level with the food. No, not with the food. That just sounds gross. Gelding cats with the food. Let's put it over here in the corner. Alright. How we doing? Got some masterwork items. That's nice. Got a lot of non-masterworks. How are the squads doing on weapons? Equip. Steel battle axe. Copper masterwork. Copper masterwork. Copper not masterwork. Copper masterwork. Copper masterwork. Copper masterwork. Copper masterwork. So most of them are copper masterworks. And we got a copper masterwork there. That's probably good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and stop with the making of the copper axes. Copper battle axe. You stop. Alright, and the silver warhammers. Let's check that out. So that's this squad. Equip. Masterwork. 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 Not masterwork. Not masterwork. Not masterwork. Not. So we got quite a few of the silver warhammers to go. We do have 2 here. So I'm going to let that keep going. I'm going to melt down all of those. And we still have lots of stuff here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the troops aren't... No, it might have been because I... Oh, station. Oh, I forgot to clear their orders. There we go. Sorry, guys. I've just been standing there around because I told them to just stand around. Alright, guys. Ooh, somebody threw up a whole bunch. That's what that is. At some point, somebody will clean it up. If you stick around long enough, eventually I'm sure they'll make a DF hack for this version as well. It's a third-party program that allows you to, it's utility, that allows you to just auto-clean really quickly. So I'm sure that will happen eventually. But for right now, you're just kind of at the mercy of when your dwarves will decide to go clean it. Alright. Got a lot of mining to do. But they're not mining, so what's going on? Legendary accomplished miner. Let's go ahead and tell a couple of miners to just mine. Alright, so I got... My medical dwarf is actually... I believe in the military. Yeah, so Cybrick Rigo is my military dwarf. So I'm actually going to take Cybrick out. Cybrick Rigo. Yeah, you. So... You, I'm going to replace you with someone else. Ranger, sure. So let's get rid of that guy. I had my doctor as a member of the military, and so he probably wasn't doing too much doctorly things, unfortunately. I didn't check that. I should have checked that. And I caught it somewhat recently. Alright, so now he's just going to be the chief medical dwarf. And let's see if that helps with actually coming to treat people. Yeah, so there's Cybrick actually helping now. Excellent. He should be diagnosing them and doing stuff like that. Let me see if I can... Cybrick, where are you? Yeah, go to you. So yeah, diagnose patient, clean patient. Alright. Excellent. So that's going to help out a little bit, actually having the doctor do stuff. Let's see if we got some people with medical skills actually show up. I can put some more people helping him. So diagnose, still just him. Surgery, still just him. That's lots of searchers though. Okay, so bunch of dabbling. So it looks like people were helping each other out, I guess, in the absence of him helping. And dressing. Lots of people dressing wounds in the absence of him helping. So I think for both of these, I'll let some of these people who started helping keep helping. So you can help, you can help, and you can help. And for dressing wounds, we'll let you help, you help, and you help. There we go. So that'll help in the event of having a large wave of hurt people come. Details for this occasion. I don't know that I need to assign them anything. I believe Doctor does all three of these. And then if you want someone to just diagnose or just be a surgeon or just be a bone doctor, you can assign him to one of these positions. So I've got Cybrick here as a doctor, which I think means he'll do all three of those. And then the other jobs, the closing up of wounds and dressing wounds and that kind of stuff, plus just feeding people, that just gets taken care of everyone automatically. It's just these more specific roles that you're going to need to assign to a hospital. So if I have somebody show up that's like a really good surgeon that's not him or one of those other roles, I'll probably assign him to here as well. Alright. How's my ceiling going? Not great. Zoom. So a lot of these look like they got canceled, probably because of fighting. I wonder if there's a way to, like, mass resume. I'm not sure. But that appears to be what happened, is that combat probably stopped all of these. There used to be a way that you can just go to the jobs tasks and just go down construct building. Okay, so yeah, here it is. Yeah, there we go. So these ones are paused. So here I can just easily see any ones that have the little green thing. I can unpause it. So this is better than trying to find them out there. And eventually I'll get this floor constructed and I can stop with the outdoor antics. It might have been better to just do little sections at a time. That way I can ensure I can do all blocks, because I did a whole bunch of just andesite stone, and that just really slows people down when they're carrying that instead of the blocks. Especially since when I'm in that interface right there, the game's paused the whole time. see, it looks like I dropped a lot of blocks up here. Oh well. Let's see. What kind of animals are out there right now? Some fireflies. Where are you, fireflies? Terrified and agitated. Yeah. Don't worry. We'll be done with you soon enough. Alright. What else do I want to do tonight? I kind of want to finish this room, this floor. Looks like they are... What are you guys doing? Are you guys actually, sparring and stuff now? Organizing and leading archery demonstrations. Excellent. Oh, I wanted to see if I could get them to shoot at some archery targets. I don't know if I can. Do I have some archery targets? I don't know if I stole any. There we go. We're going to put some archery targets in the corners here. See what happens. Maybe they'll use them, maybe they won't. I actually haven't dealt much with archery targets and the training. Hopefully they won't get in each other's way and start shooting each other. But I have no idea, actually. Would be kind of funny, actually. I'd find it funny. I don't know if you guys would find it funny. Do you guys find it funny when you get your own dwarves killed? If you don't, you should. It's really kind of funny. Alright. Now, let's take a quick break to look at some dwarf skills. So these guys have been fighting for a while. So if I come to skills, combat skills, you can see there's a lot of combat skills, and some of them have gotten pretty good. You know, we got an expert axe dwarf, great fighter, great discipline. So these different skills. So the axe dwarf itself is just how good he is with using specifically the axe. Then there's fighter with just general fighting with everything. Striker is hitting with anything in your hand. So like if he got a spear, the striker would still go up, the fighter would still go up. But then he would start getting spear skill instead of axe skill. Dodger is just avoiding blows, and sometimes you actually move squares when that happens. The shield is just means that while you're using a shield, it becomes more efficient. Armor more efficient. He's been kicking and biting, so that's been getting up there. The discipline is not running away in battle. An observer helps him like hit vulnerable spots and that kind of stuff. I think it might also help with finding sneaking creatures, but I'm not positive on that one. So these guys are getting pretty good. A lot of good skills. Traitor found dead. Okay. Let's see how good we're doing on our equipment for... lots of equipment there. Not so much there. Not so much there. Stuff selected, but they haven't gone to get it yet. Oh, I need to put some weapon and armor storage in here. I haven't done that yet. Alright, furniture. No, not furniture. Need to do military. But we're saving it. Alright, what else do I want to show you? It's been a while since I've shown you something new. We need to do some more exploratory mining to go find that cavern. I'd want to talk about the cavern if we can get there. We need to bring the beehives inside, which means I need to get a new place for them. So let's do beehives next and see if we can bring those inside. I'm going to place the military stuff first here, so they have a place to store them. So I'm thinking that what's actually happening is, since I never put places for them to store their equipment in their barracks, That's why all that armor is showing up back over there again. I also want to try to build a new uniform for my Marks dwarves. I don't believe I built a new one, which is why they aren't equipped. Okay, so armor stands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Fine. I'll make it not look good. And military weapon racks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then finally, we want to go. Well, no, I need to get the beehive going. Oh, that's right. They're still doing this water stuff. You know what? Let's stop with that. Zone. Kill that zone. Alright. So I'll let that water go away, and then let's build a little farm on this 2x6. So it looks like it's got just a pile of mud here. We'll let that water evaporate off. And you know what? I can actually put the bees in here. No, I don't want them to bother my miners. We're gonna put the bees right over here. We'll put it on the same level. We're just gonna put it in a different room. That's what we're gonna do. All right. Okay. Let's try new equipment. Add uniform. All right. New bodywear. Male shirts. Material metal. New bodywear. Breastplate. Material metal. New headwear. Helm. Material metal. Legwear. Greaves. Material metal. Handwear is gauntlets. Metal. Footwear is high boots. Metal. Shield is not a shield, right? Because we want a quiver, which is new weapon, crossbow. I guess we'll do copper. And where did I can't remember where quivers are. Don't see a quiver there. Did you guys see a quiver? Maybe new bodywear? Is it a bodywear quiver? Capes, breastplates, robes. No. Is it legwear? Do I got quivers on my legs? Skirts, greaves, loincloths? No. Is it a different type of shield? No, it's not a different type of shield. Maybe it's handwear. Mittens and gauntlets. No. Did I already check like where I did? Headwear. Maybe it's around my head. Nope. Huh. How do I assign quivers? Can't be footwear, can it? I wonder if just picking up a crossbow makes it pick quiver as well. You know what we can do? I'm going to leave it like this for a second and do Marks Dwarves. Confirm and save uniform. Oh, we're down to just 6 of those guys. We're going to have to do that. Create a new squad. New militia captains. Archer. Oh, they don't even have a leader right now. Manager. No, I don't want my manager to be in the military. So many dwarves. Alright, peasant, you go. Trader, you go. Animal caretaker, don't get killed by marmots. And one of these brewers. Alright. How do I just look at equipment? Maybe update equipment? Nope. Caravan has arrived. That's a dwarven caravan, I believe. Udil Koman, I believe so. So let's go ahead and move all my gems here. Cut gems, all of them. Because that's who I actually want to give my value to, is the dwarves. And actually, we've got a lot of weapons that we've produced. So let's go to weapons and see what we got here. Yeah, so like all these silver warhammers. Oh, but they're going to be heavy. Silver warhammers going to be, well, they are heavy, but value's not really on level with what it's worth. Oh wow, that then is worth 16,000 for this silver pick. Whew. I like that one. Don't let them take that. Yeah, let's see if they can carry a few of these silver. I'll put some of them in here, but they might not have much weight to take these silver warhammers, so I might just end up giving this right back. Alright, let's put the silver warhammers in there. That should be good to go now, and get the broker. Outpost. Alright. I'm still not sure how to just see the uniform. Individual choice ranged. Oh no, okay, so if I go to the details, it shows it. So where is the... Okay, so it doesn't have a quiver show up, so it must just be the crossbow. Okay, so if I just do assign uniform, marks dwarves, let's see how that works out. Details. Let's find out. Alright, this is still open. How's this doing? I probably got a bunch of things that are suspended again, so let's go ahead and open this up. Go to tasks, scroll down here and see what's been suspended, and unsuspended again. What's nice sometimes is the caravans that come through will actually bring warriors along with them. So, and some of their warriors can be pretty proficient. So sometimes just having a caravan roll through will clear out some of the enemies you have outside. Now, other times the caravan that shows up is not enough to deal with what's outside, and they will all get slaughtered. So it's kind of fun either way. I wonder if there's a order to just resume all. I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find something like that. All right. So they're unloaded their goods. Let's see. Nope, not ready yet. I'm surprised I didn't get the diplomacy screen yet. I thought these were dwarves. Yeah, they look like dwarven merchants. I don't know. There are no merchants trading right now. Alert. Merchant and the donkey has been found dead. Oh, a merchant may have been killed by stuff. As I was talking about. Merchant killed. So, they may have died, and that's why. Alright, squad. Come out here and help with this then. It's funny. They're just demonstrating for me exactly what I need them to. That's all. I probably suspended all my jobs again if I were to guess. Let's find out. Yeah, a whole bunch of jobs suspended again. That's okay. It's my own fault. For wanting to get something done in this violent world. Silly me. Alright, am I going to have... I might not be able to have any merchants show up anymore because some of them got killed. Diplomacy, though. I'm going to keep asking for iron bars, steel bars, and big iron bars, and that's about it. I don't know if I'm going to get to trade or not, though, because of that attack. They might not make it here with their full complement, and therefore, like this right here is... This is the death of probably the trade. Yeah, it looks like they're gone. So it appears that I don't get to trade, is what it looks like. Alright. Well, that's that. Better luck next season. I think what I want to do is for the duration of this, I'm going to set up a patrol route. Create new route. So here, 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 here. Temporary. Alright, patrol temporary. And maybe that'll help out. Who knows? Okay, let's see if I get some more suspended jobs. Alright, what else to talk about? Sorry, I don't have a lot of practice with doing this whole talking to myself. Hopefully it doesn't get too boring watching me. Or I guess if you're still watching by episode 6, it's not too bad. But hopefully I'm also giving you some information that'll help with your playing yourself. And if I find a way to do this easier, resuming jobs that have been suspended, I will definitely let you know, because I am not enjoying that at all. Let's see if there's noble screen. No, nothing there. I probably want to get around to the Electing a captain of the guard, which will get my justice system going. So I probably want to do that. So I don't have a good enough studying quarters for him, I don't think. Unfortunately. I think it's yellow because it's not good enough. Alright, got a lot of unhappy people. That's just sometimes how it goes. Although, once I get to stop fighting these people outside, I think it'll be a little bit better. The other downside is I don't have a good place for my dogs to watch, because this is basically right over these three. So if I close this up, I will no longer be able to spot people as they enter. So what I might have to do is dig another trench here and actually move this bridge in farther. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. That way, yeah. That way I can still spot people as they enter. Alright, so I'm gonna dig a channel. Where's it gonna be okay? Right there? Yeah, right there is okay. Alright, I'll dig a channel there. Alright, then from that channel, I'm going to put stairs down. There okay? Yep, there's okay. Stairs down to there. And stairs down to there. And then dig here and dig here. Alright, so that'll all go. And then I also need to build myself another bridge. Raise up that way, that's fine. And I'll put it right there. And I'll just connect it to the same lever here. So both bridges will go up. No, I don't want this bridge to go up. I want to just remove that bridge after I do this. And I can even floor over that, I suppose. Although it doesn't hurt to leave it. But, yeah. So then, yeah, so I want to floor that. Yeah, I want to floor that over because I want everyone to walk by this when I raise this bridge. Or I could just, can I delink it? No, I don't think I can delink it. I don't know of a way to delink a bridge anyways. Yeah, so then all that got left. Anything good in here? I think this all counts as stolen goods, even though I didn't steal it. Unfortunately. Go ahead and claim that. Might be some good stuff there. That's funny. Alright. Let's look again to see if anything got suspended. This will happen less and less, I think, as I get closer to the end. At least I hope so. Some of the suspensions actually happen because dwarves are blocking each other as well. And so they'll suspend because they can't get to a blocked spot. And those kind of issues will stop more often as we get closer. Migrants arrive despite the danger. So you'll get messages like that when you've had a lot of death. But I've had enough wealth exported that they want to risk it. So that's what happens there. All right, I can bring all the stray dogs over here. I'm not going to need it at the other place, so I just have all the stray war dogs here. At least this will be a really nice looking guardhouse. Individual combat drill. Wonder if you're taking shots. I don't know how far away they stand when they're taking shots. Wait for striking. 2 lovers. It's gonna work out well for you, buddy. Alright, did I dig out the beehive area? I did. I wonder if I built the beehives. Let's find out. So we're going to go to workshops, farming, hive, use closest. So let's build some hives. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wonder if I've got more. Nope. So there's those 10. Let's install them and see if we start populating them. If they do, I think I'm going to take about maybe 5 of them and put them as don't gather, and then I'm going to go disassemble the other hives and then move them in here. Back up to 99 pop. That's good to see. I'm not going to build rooms yet. It basically will create extra jobs for my dwarves, and I've got my dwarves with a lot of jobs right now, so I kind of want them to catch up on some of these jobs. If you keep giving your dwarves too many jobs, they won't take breaks and relax, and that could be part of the issue that I'm having with so many unhappy dwarves. So I think what I'm going to do is try to slow down a little bit and kind of let them catch up and start taking some breaks. See if I can get some happiness building. When they no longer have to go outside, that's going to be a helpful addition to their well-being as well. That being said, we do need to find these caverns, so that's one thing I'm going to keep pressing towards. And also, frames per second gets helped a little bit when you're on screens that doesn't have a lot going on. So I'm also perfectly fine staring at this in a single player game. With you guys, I'm not going to spend too much time doing it. I wanted to just do a couple of floors back to back here, which is why I stayed here, and I'm waiting with the channel ready to go, because I'm kind of waiting for them to channel this out so that I can do another layer. Alright, another channel. Mine that out. And that's good for now. I'll come back and do some more. Let's see if I've got some more tasks that got suspended. Hopefully not too many. Oh, actually, one. I have one suspended task that time around. That's good to see. Let's check on my hives. Hives are being produced, and I'm not seeing any bees yet, but that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be any. They just got put in, so we'll see if some bees start showing up. If a dwarf goes to one of these hives that's already built, you'll kind of know what they're doing. There we go. There we go, live honeybees. Alright, so that's good to see. So we might be able to go ahead and just do bees inside, which would be great. Alright, so I'm going to take this one off of gathering products. So that's one. And like I said, I'm going to do, I think, 5 of them this time. So we'll have 5 that are on split duty, and 15 that are on actually collect. And I suppose what I'm actually going to do is all of these I'm going to stop gathering too. A lot of these are just ready to go, so I might split all of them off. We'll let a few more come over here before I start disassembling some of those other hives. Alright, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we got 5 that are on gather. So we'll come back up to the surface here and disassemble some of these. Disassemble. 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 So a bunch of these looks like they got split, which is good. Just double checking that I caught them all. Alright, so once these get slated for removal, it's not that they're going to be going away, it's that I'm going to reinstall them. So they'll kind of put them back in my stockpiles, and then I can reinstall it inside. And that'll be one more thing that's a protected industry. So then I've got my bees inside, I have my fishing inside, I have my Mark's Dwarf tower. So now this is just basically turning it into just a massive guard tower. They can train in it, and they can shoot people as they try to enter my fortress. It'll be kind of nice, actually. I like it. Agitated giant crow. Alright. Check again for suspended jobs. We're getting close, I think. Alright. Stunned by a honeybee. So I'm sure you may have seen some of these messages about animals starving to death. That's because I haven't been putting them on pastures. Got some dwarves that are thirsty. Okay, well, alright, stop your patrol. Go. We're getting pretty close to the end here. We'll let those dwarves go find some relief. Actually, let's go ahead and take this, and you patrol temporary. There we go. That's what we'll do, is we'll just assign the other squad to it. And that might work out pretty well. I don't know how well the hammer squad is fighting, but hopefully they're pretty good. Alright, it's looking good. At least it's a giant massive construction, which is always good dwarfy fun. Alright, there used to be a hole there, but it looks like I sealed that up. So the other place that I need to seal up is where I was doing my, right here. I need to seal this up. I no longer want to worry about the bridge because things can fly in here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and build a farm here, like we talked about. Farm plot. on these 4. Pile of mud. Alright, so all of it is a pile of mud. And we'll see what that farm looks like compared to this farm. So this farm is poor soil. And we'll see if this one is better than poor soil. Alright, lots of bees in here. No outdoor access. I'm guessing that is not good. They probably need to be outdoors. Alright. So, what do I want to do? I guess put them back out here. But I don't know how I want to protect the dwarves. You know what? Let's see if I can put them in here. That's what I'm going to do. Now, the geese won't be very happy with this. But maybe it'll count as outdoor access. Maybe they can fly through these little fortifications. Let's find out, anyways. So you can't put it all the way inside, which is unfortunate. Alright, so this task list, plant seeds on a farm plot. Oh, I wonder if I've just got, like, not too many farmers. Planters. I got 1 planter. Yeah, I got 1 planter. Alright. Let's get, like, 3 planters or something. There we go. How many fisher dwarves I got? I got 5 fisher dwarves. I guess that's fine. Alright, dwarves. You're getting good. Almost done. What else do I want to do tonight? I kind of want to finish this, and that's about it, I think. Well, we'll see. Outdoor access. Excellent. So 1, 2. At least they have outdoor access right now. So it'll be a crossbowman beehive area. Great. Let's see, no more tasks that are suspended. Oh, what's this alert? Woodcutter found dead. Okay. More stray dogs. Oh, I'm gonna have to bring that zone inside. So this zone. Oh, we've got this gathering. We're gonna get rid of that. We're not gonna gather there anymore. That'll stop some. We need to train some dogs inside. I can actually put it here because this thing's going away. Animal training. There we go. And all these can go away. Alright. Come back over here. We got some bees. 1, 2, 3. Get out of the way, duck. 4, 5. Alright. So I think I want to actually just kill that zone as well, because they're going to get bothered by bees all the time. And I'm just not going to have any eggs. I don't think. I don't know. I'm going to see how they like it being out here with these guys. They're probably not, but I don't know. I like the thought that I might get some eggs. So go ahead and stay there. All right. How are these tasks doing? No, not those ones. These ones. How are these tasks doing? 3 more suspend. Oh, so close. So close. Just a few more in the corners and we're good to go. Alright. You cancel your... Cancel. Why won't you cancel? Oh, you are canceled. I don't know why I was expecting something else. Alright. Almost done. Oh yeah, this thing can be disabled or destroyed now. We got the floor there. That's good to see. We can claim this stuff right here. We can claim this stuff right here. Eventually when I get down, I'm going to find some lava. And then I'm going to create a little pit. And I'm going to start pitting all of this stuff that I don't care about, which will decrease the amount of items on the map. And that'll help with the frames per second decay that I'm experiencing as well. That's something that you have to fight against with pretty much every game is a war against the frames per second, or war with the frames per second. I don't know how you want to consider that, but losing fortresses to slowly becoming slower and slower till you're playing a comic book instead of a computer game is something you got to fight against. So for right now, the biggest thing that's hurting my fortress is the items. I've got a lot of items stored up, and unless I start taking care of that, that's going to start negatively affecting me pretty bad. I don't have any no major pathing issues right now, especially once I stop having reasons at all for them to come to the surface. What I'm going to do is set some traffic zones so that they stop even looking for a path out to the surface, and that'll help out. I'll basically set a lot of... I'm going to come in here. Oh, I got to link this. Link lever to here. So I'm going to raise this bridge up and then make everything that's like outside here be the restricted. So when I do that, when they're doing pathing, they're only going to look for paths through there if they absolutely have to, which means they need a task out here. And as long as they don't give them any tasks out here, there's not really going to be a reason them, and so it'll just it'll cut off a lot of pathing choices, which will be good. I can also go ahead and help out a little bit by going through my main hallways, and I can set them, if I go to the pathing, I can set them as high. That'll actually help increase their pathing as well. So if you see on the screen here, the triple arrow is a 1, the double arrow is a 2, the single arrow is a 5, and then nothing is a 25. So what that means is like that's what it thinks each square is worth in kind of like a movement cost. And so when it's doing a path, it's going to try to get the lowest movement cost. So those restricted areas, it's really tough for them to find a path through there just because the number gets high really quickly. So it really cuts down on a lot of the pathing algorithms. It's kind of how that works. A wall is still better because it won't path through a wall at all. So instead of a 25, it's like an infinite when it hits a wall. So if I were to just put a wall up instead, that would be even better. But I'm not going to do that right now. All right. So how am I doing on my floor? I have one more spot. I bet you it got suspended. Yep. Zoom that. We get that one done, and we are good. You know what? That's just the one left. Now I'll go ahead and let them walk an easy path back. All right. Let's see how many of these hives are ready to go. Use closest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so that's all of them. Alright, so just this one left to go. Come on, dwarf. Some dwarf, come out here and do this. One left. Alright, let's go check out that farm while we're waiting for that. Did it charm? No. Constructed. Still haven't done it yet. That's okay. That's how dwarves roll, I guess. They don't want to do what they're told. So there's one left, and they just don't want to do it. You got something better to do, dwarves? Floor. Alright, we got a miner that's on his way over to do this. Wherever he might be. It's probably just a large, heavy stone. And you don't really notice how slow it is when you get a whole bunch of stuff coming, because the dwarves are just in a constant stream regardless. But when there's just one left, and he's coming a long ways with a heavy stone, you can see that it's taken a very long time to get there. So that's probably the issue. You know what we can do? Cancel construction. Construct a floor. Select the material. Block. There we go. Wonder if these Mark's dwarves are shooting at that guy at all. Not sure. Alright, got lots of beehives down there. Are they still happy? Still considered outside? Yeah, outdoor access. There we go. Got some nice beehives. Now the only other... so they might still come outside to grab beehives to fill some of these. I hope that they don't. I hope they grab the ones that are ready to be split. But it's possible that there's going to be one that needs to be put in and none are ready to split. And then they're still going to go outside. Alright, we've got all that done. We are ready to pull this lever. Pull the lever. Ready to close that off. Got some dwarves there, I mean some dogs there, so they'll still see. That will... Alright, so now I'm going to put some high traffic zones out here. Set restricted. And just restrict this area here. So that should make it much more unlikely that the dwarves will come out. Alright, and so this is considered inside my fortress now, because I have walls all the way down. We've got the fortifications. We've got the drawbridge raised, so there's no reason for anyone to fight me unless they come in here, go through all these, come down, fight my dwarves in here. So the first dwarves any of them should see are my fighting dwarves, which is good. Excellent. So that's that. I still got some bees flying around inside there. It looks like it's late autumn, so a bunch of leaves are falling. And I think when I come back next time, we'll explore down and find that cavern. We'll set up some lumber cutting in the cavern. Oh, let's see. I want to see my bark dwarves before we leave and see if they picked up quivers. That's what I want to take a look at. Alright, you marks dwarves. Items. Crossbow, leather quiver with bolts. Alright, so that looks like it works just fine. So people were saying they're having some trouble. So I guess just putting the crossbow, I got all the copper stuff. They seem to be good to go with that. So I don't know why other people were having issues, but my dwarves do not seem to be having that same issue that some other people were having. Now, what I don't have is them storing any ammo in here. I don't know if that's an issue or not, but they don't seem to be doing it. Alright, hopefully I'm increasing some happiness too, because I haven't really been giving them a lot of jobs lately. The only thing I might want to do now, even though it's high zones, is right now I can have goblins kind of climb up here easily, so I probably want to actually get rid of this stuff. Vile Force of Darkness. Alright, I guess actually, why don't we have the second Vile Force of Darkness come and attack us as soon as we start the next time. So we'll leave it right here. Vile Force of Darkness has arrived. Okay. And we'll call it there for the night. So thanks for watching, and the second siege starts next time. Have a good night.